downtown. Shaq Mosley. Akinboye, his own miss. And they foul from underneath. They are here to pack the MAC for a championship bout in high school basketball. MSG Varsity presents High School Sports Showcase from the MAC Sports Complex on the campus of Hofstra University. It's the Long Island Class AA Boys Basketball Championship game with Hills West taking on Uniondale. Well, hi everyone, I'm Reuter, joined by Pavinelli. And Pav, this has all the makings of a classic. Now, how do these two teams come out with a W?
Well, for Uniondale, they have to do a few things. One, they have to play very physical, Carl. They have to own both glasses. They're such a great offensive rebounding team, and if they own the glass, they're going to be able to stop that Hills West transition game. For Half-Hollow Hills West, they just have to play their game. They're tested, they played a terrific schedule, and they're very, very talented. Business as usual for the Colts.
Speaking of the Colts, let's go right to the highlight player for Hills West. Of course, we're talking about the McDonald's All-American, Tobias Harris.
So much has been made of Tobias' accolades and accomplishments that we forget what a great basketball player he is. On offense, he's an impossible matchup. He can take you off the dribble. He can post you up. He can finish in transition. He can really shoot the basketball. But what I'm most impressed is his improvement on the defensive end. He has become an anchor defensively for Hills West. He's been in this game before in 2008 as a sophomore, lost the ball when determined not to let it happen again today.
Harris did not play in Hills West's last game in the overall Suffolk County Championship, won by Hills West over Harborfield. Now for Uniondale, we've had fun with this guy all season long. Bolade Akinboye.
Akinboye is one of the most versatile basketball players on Long Island. On the offensive end, he handles the pressure for Uniondale. He starts their transition. He's a terrific man going to the basket, taking it to the cup, and he's a great passer. On the defensive end, he's a lockdown defender, can guard anywhere from a point guard to a power forward, and he is certainly going to have his hands full tonight with this talented Half-Hollow Hills Colts basketball team.
See that Akinboye averages a double-double, almost 13 points a game, 11 rebounds. Look at the steals. This, as we said, has the makings of a classic. It's the Long Island Class AA Boys Basketball Championship. It's Hills West taking on Uniondale back at the MAC right after this timeout on MSG Varsity. Welcome back to the MAC Sports Complex. It's jam-packed on the campus of Hofstra University. Reuter along with Pavinelli. The matchup for the Long Island Class AA Final. It's time to meet the two teams. The head coach of the Colts from Hills West, Bill Mitaritonna, in his 10th year, a 1990 graduate from Archbishop Malloy. And the starting five for the Colts. A classic five with Sledge, McCree, Tyler Harris, Emil Blackman, and Tobias Harris. The opponent, the home team, Tom Diana, head coach, 14th year, the Uniondale Knights, 1984 graduate, Island Trees High School. And the starting five for the Knights: Akinboye, Charles, Shaq Mosley, Claude Cassius, and Maurice Kearney. The officials working the floor, the lead, James Howard from Suffolk County, Mike Palumbo, Bryan Spencer from Nassau County. Hills West in the dark uniforms, Uniondale in the white trimmed in black and gold, and we are ready to play. Joey Charles, 23, will jump for Uniondale against Tobias Harris. Pat, they're jam-packed. This building holds about 5,000. We have 5,000.
And they are in for a treat today. Let's hope it's just like the Suffolk County and Nassau County Championship. Both of those games were terrific ball games.
Akinboye! First 2 points go to Uniondale.
And that's what he does best, slash and taking it to the basket. And that's what Uniondale needs to do against this Hills West defense.
Here's Tavon Sledge running the show for Hills West. 15 is Aaron McCree. This, Tobias Harris. Joey Charles was on him. Bounce pass in the paint, Tobias. He is stripped. Jump ball, possession arrow is in favor of Hills West.
Nice quick double down on Tobias. As soon as he caught the basketball, he is going to be swarmed defensively by this very tenacious Uniondale defense. A nice look inside here by Sledge, and the double team comes very quickly
forcing a jump ball.
The inbound to be triggered by Tobias Harris. Emil Blackman is 31. Harris off the catch and shoot. 3-ball, Tobias.
And a great screen there by Emil Blackman, freeing up Harris.
Harris did not play against Harborfields in the overall Suffolk County Championship. Had a bad foot, bad toe. Bill Mitaritonna says he practiced all week. He's 100%. Shaq Mosley is short. Rebound batted around. Tyler Harris ahead of the field to Tavon Sledge. Missed it. The follow by Tyler Harris.
That's what Uniondale has to limit. Can't allow Hills West to get their transition game going.
Mosley, the runner, is too strong. Batted around and recovered and then lost. And then steps on Aaron McCree. And now they've called a foul. And it'll be on Joey Charles' first. My correction. And Blackman will inbound to Sledge. And Uniondale opened it, 5 straight by West.
Interestingly, you have Akinboye guarding Sledge out on the perimeter, so we're not going to get that Shaq Mosley-Sledge matchup that everybody's been waiting for.
Sledge backing it out, goes into the corner. McCree on the turnaround, stripped by Shaq Mosley. Mosley lost it, tries to recover. Scurry for the ball. Jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Uniondale.
And Hills West going right to the size mismatch with McCree and Shaq, but Shaq holds his ground and a nice strip down for the steal. McCree looking to post up Shaq, and what a great job using the hands stripping down.
Now here's Shaq Mosley, and Mosley, the sophomore, guarded by the junior Sledge. Akinboye changing pace on the dribble. And we've got a travel call. Early on, 2 minutes in, first quarter, for the Long Island Class AA Championship, with the winner advancing to the state semifinals in Glens Falls. Hit the side of the backboard. Tobias Harris chased down that miss by his younger brother, Tyler. Looking for the cutter. And that's thrown away by Hills West. Back to Uniondale.
Had a great job by Joey Charles denying Tobias as he flashed across the lane, creating a turnover for the Knights.
Here comes Shaq Mosley. Mosley from long range. Shaq Mosley, first three of the game.
And that was from deep. Sledge can't go under that high pick and roll screen, or Shaq Mosley's going to make him pay all day long.
Sledge off the dribble, too strong. Battle for it with Tobias Harris. Coming out of the pack with it though is Akinboye. Still holding the dribble. Goes to the corner to Shaq Mosley, in the land of the Giants, drop ball, and getting it before Akinboye.
And Shaq, in the land of the Giants, did a great job ducking under and finding Akinboye.
Here's Harris working against Charles. Akinboye on Sledge. Harris to his left, power dribble pull-up.
Nice move by Harris. That's what he can do. He can square you up and take you to the basket. A little bit late on the rotation by Uniondale.
Mosley with Sledge. 3-ball, corner, Joey Charles.
Joey Charles, a streaky shooter, but he can get hot in a hurry. A good start for the Knights.
The atmosphere, again, incredible. In front of a crowd of at least 5,000. Blackman, offensive foul, Emil Blackman.
And Akinboye doing it all on a defensive end, defending, rebounding, and now stepping in for the Chars. And this is a tough three here by Charles, deep in the corner. And this is what Uniondale does best. They're such a tough defensive basketball team. Great fun, very fundamentally sound, nice rotation by Boladay.
Pav, Hills West looks to extend, and now they called an illegal screen against Cody Cassius, his first personal.
And that's a tough call, 75 feet away from the basket. Cassius just looking to free up the ball handler.
You saw the reaction. No need for words out of Coach Tom Diana of Uniondale. Here's Sledge. Corner to Tyler Harris. Rimmed out. Nobody underneath the glass except for Akinboye. Hands to Shaq Mosley over the timeline.
And that's because the Knights did an unbelievable job boxing out. Everybody found a player and laid a body on him.
Here's Sledge on Akinboye. From the left side, reverse.
Looking a little bit like magic on Kobe. Turns his back on a defender and flips it with the English off the glass.
Actually was looking at the defender as he flipped it up. Back iron. Rebound on a hop. Off the miss by Mosley. And they were looking for a streaking McCree, but Tyler Harris threw it away.
And here's Hills West at its best in transition, getting it out to Sledge. The little ball fake. And over the shoulder.
3.5 remaining in the first. Uniondale with the ball up by 1. Baseline runner Akinboye. The window cleaned up there by Tobias Harris. Behind his back. Pull up from 10. Back iron. The Knights on the window. Joey Charles the runner.
And those are 2 tough shots Uniondale took on their last 2 possessions. Good defense.
That would have lifted 5,000 out of the seats. The foul on Cassius is second. We've lost some lighting here in the building as Tobias Harris will go to the line for 2 shots.
Tobias igniting the break by himself. The great rebound. And he sees an opening. Nobody picks up Tobias as he heads down the floor. He takes it himself. And he might have taken somebody's lights out.
I'll tell you, we've got some mean weather up here on the island. Severe winds, heavy rains. That might have been part of the cause. I know you lost power this morning in your house.
Yes, I did. And I tell you what, nice little atmosphere, though, now right here in the crowd. Dim the lights.
Either that or the thunder and lightning of Tobias Harris as he knocks down the first free throw to tie the game at 10. Sean Brown, the big guy on the floor. Brown goes 6'5", 230. They'll look the ball screen with him.
Surprisingly agile, too. He can take it to the basket. Very, very quick on his feet.
2 of 2 by Tobias Harris. He's got 7. Hills West by 1. 2:48 remaining in this first quarter of the Long Island Class AA Championship. Akinboye almost lost it. Still maintaining control. Baseline. In traffic. Threw it into trouble. Emil Blackman. It's a 3-on-2. Right side it goes to McCree, who brings it back out to set it up. Sledge. Oh, quick crossover. McCree for 3.
And that was all created by Sledge's ability to get to the basket, drew the help, and found McCree for the open 3.
First 3 in the game for McCree. Hills West by 4. Coming down to 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Akinboye had a notion about letting it fly against Tyler Harris. Here's Joey Charles. Cut off there. Stolen and taken back. Shaq Mosley. Oh, the spinorama. And here comes Sledge, and it's a 3-on-2 for Hills West. Left side it goes, Blackman! He'll go to the line. Joey Charles, his second personal.
The thing I like the most about Sledge is he always makes the right decision in transition. If he has the lane, he takes it. But if he's got a teammate open, he's going to find him in a great little no-look pass right here to Blackman, looking for the flush. Unable to finish, but draws a foul.
Tavon Sledge. 5'9" junior, about 17 points a game, 11 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. Does it all. To the line, Blackman, 9.5 points a game. First attempt at the free throw line, and the nephew of Mark Jackson cans in substitution. Number 22, Roderick Epps on the floor for Uniondale, and he'll replace Joey Charles, who sits with the 2 personals.
And speaking of Blackman, he's only a sophomore. Before the Harris brothers transferred back to Half Hollow Hills, and Tavon Sledge coming in. Blackman was their leading scorer last year and an all-county, all-league performer. So it's nice when you have an experience like that on your team and you add and you have the additions of the Harrises and Sledge.
And now they're going to call another screen. This one on Sean Brown. Second time an illegal screen has been called against Uniondale.
And what Uniondale's trying to do is to relieve the backcourt pressure put on by the half-follow Hills, the man-to-man pressure. They set a screen, but they can't move on that screen or they're going to continue to call it.
Cassius got called for one, and now Sean Brown. Tyler Harris gets it to his older brother Tobias. Kick out. Here's Tavon Sledge. Less than 90 seconds remain in the first quarter. Backdoor cut, Tobias Harris. Rejected there nicely by Sean Brown. The putback no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's Epps. And he's fouled by Blackman. His second.
But how about that delivery on the pick and roll by Sledge? He threw it. The only person who could catch that pass was Tobias Harris. The defender turned his back for a second, and the ball was delivered.
Tavon Sledge, and again, Mike Quick believes that Sledge should be the New York State Player of the Year. Javon Pinkston, Tobias Harris, they're the front runners, but Mike Quick believes that it should be Sledge. He's not far off, and I don't disagree with Quick.
He is going to be a fantastic college point guard, big-time Division I recruit.
Already been offered by West Virginia. Here's Shaq Mosley with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Turning the quarter, Akinboye in trouble. Knocks it down, third field goal, has 6.
Akinboye has come out very aggressive, slashing, taking it to the basket.
Sledge missed the jumper from the elbow, and the rebound hauled in there by the big guy, Sean Brown. Akinboye right down the paint. 2-point game, 4 straight right now for Uniondale in the final seconds of the first quarter in the Long Island Class AA Championship.
Hills West holding for one, maybe a little pick and roll with Sledge and Tobias, and Tobias going to look to create pick and roll for Tobias.
Brown, there's a strip, picked up, dropped off, counts if it goes, the rebound tap, no good. And the first quarter comes to an end. And the Colts from Hills West on top of Uniondale by the score of 16-14. Back with the start of the second quarter right after this timeout on MSC Varsity's High School Sports Showcase. The MAC, and it's packed. Hills West after one, leading at 16-14 over Uniondale in the Long Island Class AA Championship. And fans, for the latest news in high school sports, Jared Greenberg and Shauna Ryan give you all the coverage on High School Sports Desk. High School Sports Desk, weeknights at 7 p.m. only on MSG Varsity. Call Reuter, along with Rob Pavinelli. They've packed the house here at the MAC for the Long Island Class AA Championship game. Emil Blackman is being worked on right now on the Hills West sidelines. Looks like a cut lip. They'll straighten that out, get him back on the floor. We saw a real good first quarter play. Look at that. Bria Hartley is in the house.
And both of these teams could use her. She is one of the best offensive players, one of the best female basketball players ever on Long Island. What a performance she put on in the Long Island Suffolk Championship. 51 against Sachem East.
Gino Oriema up at UConn getting a gifted athlete.
3-sport athlete, could have been an All-American in soccer and lacrosse as well, Carl. And one of the nicest, most humble young ladies you ever want to meet.
And always comes out to games, just like Tobias Harrison. A lot of these kids, these top stars, they're not just here to watch their own game and play in their own game. They're there to watch the girls and the guys.
It's nice when you see that support.
So here we go for the start of the second quarter with Tobias Harris for Hills West. Backing it in on Sean Brown, kick out McCree. Akinboye got a hand on it, couldn't gather it in. Here's Sledge, Harris faked and traveled. I'll tell you, Pav, the last time I've seen this building rocking like this, you have to go back 10 years. Speedy Claxton, Jay Wright, beating Delaware in the America East Championship game, and then the following year with Norman Richardson doing the same thing here, Hofstra, Delaware. Tyler Harris, no basket, offensive foul.
And another charge drawn by Bolade Akinboye. So fundamentally sound, this Uniondale defense holds his ground. Perfect position, drew it right on the chest, sold it, and got the foul.
There is Bolade Akinboye, the 6'2 senior. 12.5 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals, a block. Uniondale with the ball, down by a hoop. Corner it goes. Traveling violation before that shot was launched by Roderick Epps.
And Epps has had a nice run in the playoffs as well as at the end of the season, really playing with a lot of confidence. He's given a big boost to Tom Diana's club off the bench. Not ready to catch that one. Got to have your feet set.
Uniondale County Championships under Tom Diana, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 09, and of course this year, won 3 Long Island titles as well. Canning that jumper from the wing, McCree, second field goal, he has 5.
With so much attention being given to the Harris brothers and to Sledge, McCree is open often, and he converts for this Hills West basketball team.
Epps down low, give it to Brown, rejected by Tobias Harris, ahead to Sledge, bounce pass, Tyler Harris. Too strong, rebound Epps for Uniondale. Here's Shaq Mosley. Mosley, left side it goes to Epps. That shot off the mark. Chris Camus, who just checked in, got that rebound. Right side, McCree. Tipped up, no good. A battle for the loose ball. Camus traveling with it. Gets it to Tyler Harris. No call made there. Harris was rejected. Now here's Mosley. It's a 2-on-1 with Camus. Mosley on Camus. No call. Block shot out of bounds to Uniondale.
Great job by both the offensive player and the defender. Shaq Mosley leans in, tries to draw the foul. Good job, but Camus holds his ground and able to block the shot. Shaq does a great job here. Leans in here. A lot of contact, but Camus able to get all ball on the extension.
Back to the live action. Tavon Sledge. Look out! His vertical is incredible.
Some of his 40-inch vertical leap there by Sledge in transition.
If he's leaking and they get him the ball, he can rip down the backboard.
And that has been such a key to success this year by Half Hollow Hills West. Their transition game. And you're going to find Tyler Harris on the end of it. But often it's Tavon Sledge. Up the elevator. Nice look by Harris. And this just speaks for itself.
His elevator goes quite high. Tavon Sledge.
Generously listed at 5'9". He kind of reminds you of Nate Robinson when he elevates.
The outlet was given by that man, Tyler Harris. Sledge's numbers early on here with a little bit more than 6 minutes remaining in this second quarter. 6-point lead once again for Hills West, 20-14 over Uniondale. Hills West has scored all the points in this quarter, Pav.
And a good timeout there by Tom Diana. He saw the tempo starting to favor Hills West. Uniondale wants to play this game, grind it out, take some time off the clock, and don't allow Hills West to get that vaunted transition game going.
Here's Epps to Mosley. Little 2-1-2 here by Hills West.
Kind of a 1-3-1 zone, it looks like to me.
Backdoor cut, Epps would not go. McCree handed it to Tobias Harris. Tyler, left side, off the mark. Camus came flying in there, knocked it out of bounds off the rebound.
I think it's staying here, Hills West ball.
Well, it actually looked like Akinboye had position and Camus batted it out, but they're saying no. Romario Williams on the floor, number 14 for Uniondale. Tobias Harris, too strong on the 3. Left side it goes. Cassius. His first 2.
And Uniondale really needed that, an easy bucket. Hills West has started to get a little momentum there.
Sean Brown is at the scorer's table for Uniondale, so the big guy is about to sit to come in again. McCree, straightaway jumper, long 2. He's got 7.
Nice pick and roll by Hills West. Both of the defenders went with Sledge, expecting him to take it to the basket. McCree steps out and knocks it down.
Quadruple team, somehow got it to Epps. Didn't fall. Williams on a turnaround. Harris on the window, partially deflected. Here comes Sledge. That would have lifted everyone again out of the seats.
It's amazing the strides he takes. Does that little ball fake and takes it to the rack.
Epps with a little skip pass to Akinboye. Crossover, cutting, And finishing, great job by Williams, but what a great look.
Romario Williams, the freshman, only been up on varsity. They brought him up the last 3 weeks of the season off the JV, and he has been a tremendous spark off the bench, averaging almost 10 points a game since he's been up.
4:15 remaining in this first half. 4-point game. Camus to Tyler Harris, and hands to Sledge. Tavon Sledge to his right. To the corner to Tyler Harris with 8 on the shot clock. Sledge, quick dribble to his left, lost it. Baseline, Uniondale ball.
Almost too quick for himself. So pump fake, took it right to the basket.
Oh, he did. Sean Brown in, number 43 for Uniondale. Also in for Hills West, number 22, Anthony Rolino. There's Sean Brown, the big guy.
And here you find Romario Williams, the fearless freshman, goes in, provide a spark for Uniondale. The lead is 4, 3:53 left.
Turnovers about even in this one. Mosley on Sledge, trying to take him off the dribble. Outside, we've got a hold. And it will be on Tavon Sledge, who picks up his first personal.
Nice job by Mosley handling that intense pressure that Sledge can put on you.
There's Shaq. All County, the first-year starter. Epps will inbound to Romario Williams. On the dribble, pull up. Short, rebound, snagged by Akinboye. Battle for it, and Tobias Harris finally comes up with it.
Uniondale getting a couple of good looks at the basket. That's what they have to do. Continue to stay on the offensive board.
A whistle. And we've got a foul. It's on Sean Brown, his second. Sitting down, excuse me, Pav. Chris Camus for Hills West, coming back in, Tyler Harris.
And that's a tough matchup there for Sean Brown. Trying to guard Tobias out on the perimeter. Brown's a bigger, tougher guy in the paint. He's going to look to be physical, but Harris is going to take him outside. Certainly an advantage.
Oh, Harris slipped. Boy, that, you look at it and you go, boy, you don't want a freak injury out of that. Sledge, no good. Sledge come up with it. Corner, 3 ball, Harris. Tyler's off the mark, battle for it. Underneath was Rolino. And we got a foul call. Third foul on Sean Brown.
And they call that in the act of shooting. Rolino up there grabbing a rebound, looking to tip it in, and Sean Brown fouled him.
On the season, a little bit better than 50% from the line for Rolino. Came in averaging 3.5 points a game. Nets his first, 5'9" junior guard. Substitution number 33, Kenny Woodard on the floor for Uniondale, and Sean Brown sits down with the 3 personals.
And Rolino, another one of those players for Hills West who started last year. A veteran point guard, does a lot of little things. Excellent defender, knocks down the open jumper. Real smart, savvy point guard.
2 of 2 made by Rolino. 6-point lead for Hills West. Mosley down low looking for Akinboye, and it's thrown out of bounds.
Good idea by Shaq, just a little bit too high.
Here's Sledge. 2:45 remaining in the first half. Sledge. Tyler Harris yet to get on track. Might have been deflected shy there by Williams of Uniondale. Mosley, jump stop. Too strong off the window. Rebound cleared by Tyler Harris. Ahead to Sledge. Sledge gives to a running Tobias Harris. And Harris thought there was a cutter to his right. No one home. And a turnover back to the Knights.
There was somebody there. Just Tobias just led him a little bit too far.
2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the first half.
Timeout on the floor. And the Colts with a 6-point lead. So Tom Diana now in his 14th year on the sidelines. We'll talk it over with his team. A little bit more than 2 minutes remaining in this first half, and he'll try to put some pieces together here.
Bo's got a midget on him. Run Kansas to his side. Amari, you come through on Bo, or Rod, you coming through, dump down to Bo. Bo, set it above here. Shorty, who's the big end? Kenny, you gotta, when Bo's working, you gotta get Tobias out of there. You gotta get him out, you gotta come high post. If he's sitting block shot, then fake style, don't let him get his hands above his head, all right? We need a basket here, we're playing fine. Head fake one more time.
Nice time out there by Coach Diana, recognizing the mismatch. They want to go inside, a little high-low action for Bolade Akinboye. They want to make sure they get Tobias out of there, his presence inside, blocking a shot.
I like the way Tom Diana complimented his team. Said, guys, we're playing fine right now. We're playing well.
Yeah, they survived that little stretch where Hills West started to get out on a run, get out in transition. They've slowed the pace down, more to their liking.
Rolino was whistled for his first. A little bit too aggressive on Akinboye coming out of the backcourt. So we'll do it again with Rolino on Akinboye. And Akinboye trying to find a little bit of an opening. Oh, quick crossover on Rolino. Rimmed out. Battle for it. Loose. Rolino ahead looking for Sledge. Knocked out of bounds by Akinboye. Tom Diana looking on as Hills West in possession with 1:45 left in the first half, 6-point lead. Tyler Harris dropping it off. Emil Blackman nearly traveled, gets it to Tobias. And before that shot, we had a whistle on the floor. It's on Kenny Woodard, his first personal for Uniondale. We'll shoot 1-on-1 right now with Tobias Harris. Has 7 points in the game. 2 of 2 from the line so far. On the season, Harris was about 75% free throw shooter. Now 3 of 3, he has 8.
Uniondale throwing a bunch of different bodies out at Tobias Harris. Kenny Woodard getting them right now. They're going to try and be as physical as possible.
That's the difference in the game right there. That's the difference in the game. It's an 8-point lead, and Hills West is 8 of 8 from the line.
That's how you win championship basketball games, by going to the line and knocking them down.
Regardless of the time in the game. Here's Akinboye. Rolino covering him. Here's Epps from the corner. Big basket. Robert Gaps, his first 2 points of the night.
Certainly plays with a lot of confidence. He comes in shooting. He gets it. He's looking to score.
Nifty move by Harris down low. Blackman! Oh, what a feed from Tobias!
And Blackman makes a living down there on the block. The help comes on Tobias, and Blackman able to finish.
Mosley on the kick out, knocked away by Rolino. Here's Sledge, 1-on-2. Tavon Sledge will go to the line. He was fouled by Epps, who picks up his first. You talk about an explosive step with blow-by ability. That's Tavon Sledge.
An incredible athlete. I know the football coach over at Half Hollow Hills West is trying to get him onto the basketball team. What a running back, little versatile receiver he could be, a little H-back for Half Hollow Hills West.
They play a little wildcat.
And what a season they had this year, huh?
They won the Long Island Class 3 championship by way of Lawrence High School in what was Lou Andre's final game as a high school football coach on the island. The numbers for Sledge. And he knocks it down, 1 of 2. He's got 5. Javon Cruz, of course, one of the members of this Hills West basketball team, ignited that football team as well. 9-point lead. Whistle and a foul. Hills West has extended to its largest. Last foul called on Rolino, his second.
I can see Uniondale trying to hold here for 1, get a shot up. Trying to cut this lead to 6 or to 7, depending. Can't let Hills West get away and get a double-digit lead here in the first half.
Well, they're not holding for one. Williams let fly. Rebound picked up there by Kearney in traffic.
And a nice job on the offensive glass by Kearney. Able to cut the lead to 7. They got to get a stop.
Acrobatic shot by Tyler Harris, no good. Rebound, run down, chased down by Aaron McCree with 8 seconds. Sledge on a crossover in traffic. Oh, what a move by Tavon Sledge. And with 1 second on the clock, we've got a whistle. It's out of bounds. And Emil Blackman checking in, replacing Anthony Rolino, but Tavon Sledge.
He just gets the ball, sees a little bit of an opening, and see ya! Just blows by a very good defender in Akinboye.
Catch, shoot, counts if it goes, off the mark, 1/2 in the books. And Hills West with a 31-22 lead, a 9-point lead, which is the second time in this game that Hills West has led by as many as 9. And right now they'll walk off to the locker room and take care of business. Both teams retreating to regroup. Now joined by the head coach of Hills West, Bill Mitaritonna, Coach Carl Reuter with Rob Pavinelli. Are you satisfied with the pace of this game right now?
I am, but I think we should probably pick it up a little bit to our style. 31 points at the half is not good enough for us. I think once we get stops on defense, we'll be able to get out in transition and try. We haven't really finished this half either, so I hope that gets better in the second half.
Hey, Bill, Uniondale doing a nice job on Tobias, denying him basketball, doubling down. What do you got to do to get him some more looks?
We're gonna run a little bit more of our motion offense in the second half to get Tobias free, because once he gets into those passing lanes, offensively, he's able to create for others like he did it for Emil Blackman at the end of the half there.
All right, Bill, thanks for your time and good luck in this second half of a championship encounter.
Thank you, guys.
That's Bill Mitaritonna, 10th year as the head coach of Hills West, looking to become the Long Island Class AA champs. Right now, well on their way are the Colts, leading it by 9, 31-22 over Uniondale. Coming back with some halftime activities right after this timeout on MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase. Halftime of the Long Island Class AA Championship. Hills West on top of Uniondale by the score of 31-22. Now joined by the guys who pretty much run sports here on the high school level on Long Island. The Executive Director of Section 8 Nassau County, Todd Heimer. Let's first start with Ed Sinelli. And of course he's with Section 11 Suffolk County. And Ed, we're just talking off camera. What a great year it's been so far. We still have the spring, but let's back up a little bit and talk about the fall leading here into the winter.
Sure, it's a great rivalry. Long Island Championships are fantastic. Anytime we compete Section 8 versus Section 11, it brings the crowd out, just like today. We had great Long Island Championships in football, soccer, volleyball, all the way through the fall, and now look at this, almost a sellout here at Hofstra between Uniondale and Half Hollow Hills West. We love it.
What does it mean for high school athletics here to see crowds like this? We saw crowds like this here at Hofstra for the football championships, out at Stony Brook as well.
Carl, I think high school athletics is growing in popularity. You not only have the schools here, you have a lot of regular fans that follow high school sports, that follow athletics, and they want to see the best, and here we are. And it's really, these two teams are showcasing the best basketball I've seen in a long, long time.
A lot of notoriety coming out of your county the last couple of years because of Tobias Harris, will continue next year. What's it like when you have publicity with one of your teams from your county, national attention?
It's great. Everybody wants to know what time's the game, when's the game going to be on, is MSG Varsity going to carry it? And you guys also been great. I got to give you a plug. But we love the enthusiasm. It's not just in boys basketball. Girls basketball, we had some great crowds, as well as the other sports. Been a fantastic year.
And thanks so much for your time. I know you're not really working today because it's his home game, but enjoy the rest of the game, and thanks so much for all your support as well.
Thank you, Carl.
All right, that's Ed Sinelli, Suffolk County Executive Director. Now, Todd, Let's talk about the crowd and what it really means. You're actually working here. You guys are hosting today. This must be a treat, although you have a lot of things to do, but it's got to be a treat in front of 5,000 people.
Well, I'll tell you, Carl, and by the way, to reiterate what Ed said, the MSG's been really great to us this year. They're a class operation. To reflect on the crowd here, it just shows the fans from Half Hollow Hills, the fans from Uniondale, and the fans from Long Island they came in droves today in this bad rainy day. And it's very exciting for us. We like to think that we packed the place today, but and you're also watching a good game, so it's great for us.
Todd is a guy who came along and replaced Bernie O'Brien at what he did so well, and now you doing that job. How far has high school athletics come, at least in Nassau County, from your point of view, in the years that you've been here running the county?
Well, I've been with Section 8 for 20 years now, and Bernie taught me well. We try to promote our sportsmanship. We try to promote games, good games, rivalries. We, luckily enough, in our county playoffs and our Long Island playoffs, are very competitive. And I just love it. It's blooming. High school sports is just great, and I love what I do.
Todd, look ahead to the spring. What can we look forward to there?
No rain.
So you don't have to reschedule lacrosse and baseball all over the place, softball.
Everything outside sometimes tends to be a disaster at certain times in the spring. But, we just hope for good weather, and we have good people who know how to reschedule things. The schools cooperate as much as possible, and we just want to get through it.
Todd, always a pleasure, and always thanks for your time and everything that you do here for Nassau County Athletics.
Okay, thanks very much, Carl. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. That's Todd Hyman. He's representing Nassau County. Ed Sinelli from Suffolk County. We're at the break. Hills West leads it by 9. We'll come back with some halftime highlights and numbers right after this timeout. Stay with us. Just about a minute or so away from the start of the third quarter, Hills West leading it by 9 over Uniondale. Carl Reuter along with Rob Pavinelli, now joined by the head coach of Uniondale, and that's Tom Diana. Tom, how do you get your club to the free throw line? Because right now that is actually the difference in the game. They've gone 10 times and made 9.
I think we're trying. We're attacking rim. We haven't gotten a call, underneath yet. Some have been clean, some have been a little bit of body, but hopefully we'll keep attacking and the whistle will turn a little bit for us. And, we need to pound the ball a bit more down inside. We definitely need to do that. We missed some pretty chippy stuff too. A couple of easy buckets in there that would have made this about a 6 or a 5-pointer right now also.
Hey, Tom, Hills West was able to build this lead on some runs in transition. What do you got to do to keep it at your tempo?
I think offensively we have to do a better job of running our sets because we wound up a couple times 4 flat on the baseline, which is probably the worst way to play them.
Tom, thanks for your time and good luck in this second half.
Okay, thanks a lot, Carl.
That's Tom Diana, the head coach at Uniondale, taking on Hills West, down by 9. Let's look at the halftime highlights, Pav.
Yeah, Tobias opens up the scoring with a big 3 to start the game. And here this is that transition game that we were talking about. Sledge shows it and takes it away with the overhead scoop. And here's a guy who's been really helping Half Hollow Hills West, Aaron McCree, with 2 of his 7 first half points. Shaq Mosley with his only 3 in the game. He needs to get going in the second half. And here's a man who's been carrying the Knights. Akinboye with a tough baseline move. And one of the only easy hoops for Uniondale. Cassius was a run out and a left-handed layup.
And there, as we mentioned with Coach Tom Diana of Uniondale, the difference in the game, 9 of 10 from the line for the Colts. Uniondale yet to get to the line, and 7 points off of turnovers for the Colts. And the difference in the game right now, 31-22 in favor of Hills West.
We talked that Uniondale needed to be physical. They have been, but they have not stopped the transition game, and they're not owning the glass. They have to do a better job in getting to the basket, getting second and third opportunities, and converting.
Well, you saw the Uniondale fans standing behind this man, Shaq Mosley. They call him Shaq Attack, and they need Shaq to attack a little bit more. Joey Charles is off the mark to start this third quarter. The rebound was corralled by Tyler Harris, who just has the ball off the hands of Sledge. Goes baseline cut off to the left. .20 on the shot clock with Emil Blackman. Skip pass for Sledge, left open. Takes it. Off the mark, rebound to Claudie Cassius. And here comes Uniondale.
And Uniondale, again, with a great job boxing out. There was not a Hills West player in the paint for that offensive rebound.
Here's Akinboye. Had 8 points in the first half. Crossover, goes left side, flipped it up, no good. Rebound, Cassius, rejected by Tobias Harris with the left hand. 2-on-1 with Sledge. Bounce pass McCree.
You and I have seen Hills West play several times, and that has been their MO. Tobias Harris with a blocked shot, and then they're off in transition. Sledge with a great decision.
Mosley spinning with that hand and dropping it. Shaq Mosley's got 5. And now we've got a whistle, and Claudie Cassius is being spoken to.
Mosley, probably the most gifted offensive player for Uniondale. Held in check by Sledge in the first half with only 3. He needs to get going if Uniondale's going to get back in this basketball game.
Here's McCree. And away from the ball, they've got a foul on Emil Blackman. Offensive foul. They say Blackman with an elbow. The way he whistled. See, look at Emil Blackman. Okay, I know you're saying it's Cassius, but Blackman came right to the official. There he is, and he's talking to him, but they give it to Cassius, his third.
The official certainly pointed at Blackman initially with
Absolutely.
that call, but then went to the scores table and said number 44 drew the foul, but he was pointing at Emil Blackman. Nice job clearing it up, though.
Sledge will inbound. Mosley picked it off. Mosley pull up, foul line jump. The cleanup by Cassius would not go. Blackman the rebound. And here comes Tobias Harris. Head of steam, behind his back on the dribble. Drop down low, Sledge. What a super look by Harris.
He draws so much attention when he takes it to the basket. Got into the paint area. Drew the help from Uniondale. Able to dump it off for Sledge. He did that earlier for Blackman. Nice recognition by the All-American. Handles the basketball in transition. Nice little behind the back move. And the find inside. Harris usually the recipient from Sledge. This time the tables are turned. Harris to Sledge.
But it shows you the versatility of both players because of the dribbling ability of Harris and the strength of a guy like Sledge to go down low. As you said, the reverse the other time with Sledge giving to Harris. But these two players can both play the position that they just played on that offensive side.
Very versatile, very athletic, both of them. That's why they are major Division I basketball players. Tobias Harris next year is going to take his game to the University of Tennessee and Bruce Pearl.
Now with an 11-point lead, Akinboye has it. He'll work against some defensive pressure from Tyler Harris. Now double team coming out of the backcourt. Uniondale really needs something here. Stuck 11 with Shaq Mosley, left hand short. Rebound Blackman, quick outlet. Here's Sledge. It's a 2-on-2. Sledge goes left side to Tyler Harris. Deflected out of bounds by Hills.
And that's one of the only times you're going to see Tavon Sledge make it not a poor decision, but an inaccurate decision in transition. A little bit high on that pass. He is pinpoint in transition. And Uniondale's limited offensively, Carl. Shaq Mosley and Akinboye are only the really ones who are stepping up offensively. They could certainly use a basket from somebody else besides those two young men.
Akinboye, triple for Bolide Akinboye. He's got 11, but more importantly, it gets Uniondale to within 8. And then we've got a palming violation called on Tavon Sledge. Huge basket by Akinboye.
Nice kick out by Mosley, and this brought down some of the rain that's outside.
Rejected by Harris on Akinboye.
Another one.
Another one there off the hands of Kearney.
And we mentioned that in the opening. Tobias Harris's ability to block shots. His defense has improved vastly this year. Doesn't pick up a lot of fouls when he blocks the shots. He played that entire fourth quarter in the Suffolk County Championship against Longwood with 4 fouls. Still able to block 3 or 4 shots in that fourth quarter. Smart defensive basketball player.
Nearly 3 minutes gone by, third quarter. Blow by Harris.
Wow, what a move by Tobias Harris. The little hesitation in the extension.
He's got 11. Hills West by 10. Mosley in trouble. And we've got a timeout call by Tom Diana, the Uniondale coach.
Tobias, tired of fighting in the post, goes outside and saw the mismatch against Sean Brown and just took him to the basket.
The Hills West Colts looking to get off Long Island.
Early, I'm taking you out of the game.
Nobody, I thought it was a 30, James. That's my fault. Okay, I didn't hear you.
Bill Mitaritonna referring to James as James Howard, the lead official. He's out of Suffolk County, working the floor with Mike Colombo and Bryan Spencer out of Nassau County.
I think Coach Mitaritonna wanted to make the point not to leak out. Make sure you grab the defensive rebound. Don't leave it up to Tobias to grab all the rebounds. Everybody's got to box out against this very athletic, tenacious offensive rebounding team in Uniondale.
Tobias Harris came in averaging 25. The big number to the right, 5 blocks.
And he's done a nice job staying out of foul trouble. He's been in foul trouble in several big games this year. In the 2 wins against the City Powers, Laughlin and Christ the King got in foul trouble against Longwood. Today, he's been able to stay out of it, and what a great job he's done defensively.
Again, a big possession here for Uniondale, down by 10. 15 on the shot clock for Akinboye. He backs it up just a little bit. Downloaded Joey Charles, lost it to the hands of Tobias Harris, who wants to push it to his younger brother Tyler. Did not finish. Tobias the rebound. Tobias the cleanup.
That's how it's done, little brother. Tyler, nice job in transition, unable to finish. But Tobias there to clean it up.
Largest lead of the game right now. Hills West up by 12. Akinboye in the corner. Joey Charles, jumper. Long 2 for Joey Charles. He's got 5. Inside 4 minutes remaining in the third. Harris, the pull-up in the paint from 10. He has 15.
Great upper body strength. Harris works religiously on his upper body, on his strength. He's able to shed the defender with a little up the ladder. The old Super John Williamson from the Nets.
Absolutely. Jack Mosley working on Sledge. Bounce pass off the mark there was Cassius. Here's Tobias Harris. Blocking foul has been whistled against Uniondale's Bolade Akinboye. First on Akinboye.
And as Tyler this time outlimit Tobias, taking it to right at Akinboye. Kind of didn't get his feet set. That's why he picked up the blocking foul. Good position, but didn't have his feet set. Nice recognition by Tobias, taking it right at the defender.
Harris, 4 of 4 from the line in this game. Has a game-high 15. Getting set for 2 shots. He's got 16. Substitution, Roderick Epps, number 22 on the floor for Uniondale. Sitting it down, Romario Williams. Williams leaves with 2 points that he scored in the first half. Harris, the second of 2. Now 5 of 5 for the line with 16. 6 of 6, he's got 17. 14-point lead, largest of the game for Hills West.
Uniondale in a very dangerous zone right now, down 14, and Hills West is on a roll.
Sledge. Blackman fighting, Akinboye fighting. Timeout, Uniondale. Tom Diana have to be a little bit firm A little bit gentle in there. Get the job done in the huddle and see if the players can react when they come back on the floor. There's Kristen Mitaritonna, the wife of Bill Mitaritonna. And Tom Diana's wife on the flip side is Kristen Mitaritonna. You think it's easy? There is Debbie Diana, head coach of Tom. Pav, what's it like? You're a former coach. The wives are here. They're watching. Is their stomach churning perhaps more than their husbands right now? I mean, what about Kelly when you coach?
Absolutely. I get a chance on air to apologize to her for the 20 years of torture I put her through. She knew if we came home and we lost, it was going to be a long month. You know, not just a day or a couple of days, especially in a game like this. And it's tough on the wives, but they're always there supporting their husbands. And they're as much a part of the success as the men and the coaches are themselves. It's always important to have a great wife behind you supporting you because you spend so much time with these boys in practice and in scouting. So credit to those beautiful young ladies.
And look at the resume. That all under Tom Diana. For years, they had one of the greats, all-time greats, coaching at Uniondale basketball, Russ Baston, one of the all-time leaders in wins in Long Island basketball history. And we've got a foul on Emil Blackman. Now Blackman gets called for his second personal. Excuse me, his third personal. To the rack, rejected by Tobias Harris on Joey Charles. I believe that's the 6th block shot. It is for Tobias. Crossover Sledge, 30 on the shot clock, 2:44 remaining in this third. Sledge in traffic, dropped it off. Strip was Blackman, picking it up down low. He's dropping it in. Tobias Harris now with a game high 19. Getting out of hand a little bit here for Uniondale.
Hills West just has so much more of an ability to score. They've got more offensive weapons than Uniondale does. And another block by Tobias, his 7th.
Kearney's second field has 4, but 7 blocks coming right back. There's a block by Akinboye on McCree. And we've got a timeout called by Bill Mitaritonna, the head coach, now in his 10th year of Hills West. His team up by 14, a little bit more than 2 minutes remaining in the third. In the Long Island Class AA Championship, the winner will go to Glens Falls and participate in the Final Four. Congratulations also to Dave Graff's team, Westbury Green Dragons, winning Class A over Harbor Fields, 58-56. A buzzer beater by Sheldon Hadrigal, who had a game-high 33. So Westbury going up to Glens Falls, and now they're looking to see if Hills West can come up there as well. Half Hollow Hills West, the national attention, number 20 USA Today Boys Super 25, number 1 on LongIslandBasketball.com. Number 5 in the MSG Tri-State, top 10 by Mike Quick. 13 on Max Prep's excellent 25. So the phone, as we've been talking about during the course of the year, doesn't stop ringing in the athletic director, Joe Panaccio's office, because of the national attention this program's getting.
And deservedly so. What's so impressive, I got a chance to see Christ the King and Bishop Loughlin play the other day. They're both advancing to the CHSAA City Championship, and this Half Hollow Hills West team was able to beat both of those teams. You go into the city and you knock off the big boys, you are deserving of every ranking you get.
Corner it goes with Sledge. No hand, so he threw it up. Now we've got a whistle. It's being called on Joey Charles, his third for Uniondale.
Not just the city, not just beating the city teams, but they beat a very, very good and talented Longwood basketball team. One of the better teams in the tri-state area. Somewhat overlooked this season.
Steps being called. Dennis Terry did a great job with Longwood. Played that championship game. Now we got, I believe, a technical foul has been called on Tobias Harris. So now you're talking about 2 more shots and the possession. And going to the line will be Shaq Mosley. First trip.
And Uniondale is going to need every one of these points if they're going to be able to get back in this basketball game. 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter. They need to cut this to single digits.
First trip to the foul line with 1:53 left. First trip to the foul line in this game for Uniondale.
And it comes on a technical.
2 of 2 by the sophomore Shaq Mosley. Down by 12, 1:53 left. Inbound right in front of us will be Roderick Epps. There's the cutter, Charles. Gives it back to Epps. Akinboye to Shaq Mosley. This would be huge to get a basket after knocking down the 2 free throws off the technical. Mosley turned the corner. Oh! Shaq Mosley! Shows it and takes it back with the finish. And then Sledge gets called for the carry. So down 10 with a $1:31 left in the third.
Great pressure defense by Sledge. Mosley able to get to the basket here. He shows it, takes it away with a little dipsy-do.
Hey, Tobias, take that to Tennessee, the little guy said.
Momentum all Uniondale right now.
Mosley lost it off his foot. We got a whistle on the inside. It's on Emil Blackman, his fourth. Inbound will be worked by Epps. Anthony Rolino, 22, comes in for Hills West. Sitting down, Mark Jackson's nephew, Emil Blackman. Charles, ball fake on McCree, baseline, too strong. Charles tried to tip it up, should have grabbed it and gone back up.
Yeah, but there's Tobias Harris again contesting that shot. Didn't get a piece of it, but every bit as effective.
Harris brought it up over the midcourt line instead of Sledge. Here's Tyler Harris, return Tobias. Runner, too strong, tip up, Harris, no good. And now Uniondale inside a minute with Shaq Mosley. Skips right by Tyler. Down low, pull up. Rejected there by Sledge, who then couldn't control his body language and stepped on the baseline.
And Sledge has been playing some great defense on Shaq Mosley all night long, pressure him, not letting him get any open looks.
Fresh 35 with 46.9 remaining in the third. Uniondale down by 10. Looking for the inbound. Akinboye. Kicking in the corner. Joey Charles setting for three. Off the mark. Rebound. Inside there by Akinboye. Puts back his own miss. Holiday Akinboye, the follow.
And that's what Uniondale needs to do. They got to continue to crash the glass, get second and third opportunities. Great look for Joey Charles in the corner, unable to convert, but Holiday able to clean it up.
Here's Sledge with 15. Tobias Harris. Sledge with 8. Kick out Tyler to his left, puts it down. Whistle, blocking foul called on Uniondale. And it's on Joey Charles. The fourth for Charles. And substitution, Romario Williams coming in and quickly sitting down will be Charles. 5.6 left on the clock. Here's the inbound to Chris Camus. Tobias 3-ball. Horn sounds. 3/4 in the books. And Hills West leading it by the score of 45-37. The Uniondale Knights will need a whole lot more of this when we come back for the start of the fourth quarter on MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase. Score by quarters. You see that second quarter was a big one for Hills West, outscoring by 7. Right now, lead by 8 as we start the fourth quarter. And fans, don't forget that Mike Quick knows everything about high school sports. And he's taking your calls live in a quick 60. Call in live at 516-224-6100. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. only on MSG Varsity. He will have a lot to say about anything. But we love him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love the quick man.
Hills West, 8 minutes away from a Long Island championship that eluded them in 2008 as they lost to Baldwin by 2. Chris Manning, Chris Malden. Let's see if they can hang on.
Down by 8, we start the fourth. Tyler Harris has been shut out so far today. Has just a field goal for 2. Sledge might have forced it. And we got a foul against Uniondale. It's on Charles, and he's gone. He's fouled out.
What a tough break there for Uniondale. Joey Charles just boxing out. Stayed with the box out. Drove Camus underneath the basket, and they called him with his 5th personal.
So the 6'5" senior fouls out. 5 points. 7:36 left in this fourth quarter. Only 24 seconds gone by in this fourth quarter. 5-second violation whistled against Hills West. Down by 8 with the ball. Who's going to take over for Uniondale?
Losing Joey Charles is really going to hurt. The senior can really shoot the basketball at over 33s this season.
Mosley will strip. Mosley is down. Back on the other end, Tyler Harris, a strong finish. Second field goal for 4, but let's check out Jack Mosley. Looks a little woozy right now. And now he's coming back into the flow. Akinfoye loses. Sledge threw it to himself. Look out! Am I mistaken, or did Tavon Sledge pass it to himself and then dribble?
I'm not sure I ever saw that before.
I have never seen that before, where you get away with passing it to yourself and then picking up the dribble.
And Sledge getting it done on defensive end, a strip down on Shaq Mosley, and a great look here to Harris. And this time, Sledge doing it all by himself. The steal, and here's that outlet pass, perfectly legal. Kept the dribble going, and the flush.
Kept the dribble going?
I think that was a legal play, Carl. Pushed it out, the dribble. Tough call, but I liked it.
I'm going to disagree with you. Am I allowed to?
As always.
Okay. Doesn't matter. The finish was fun with Sledge.
Showing some of his 40-inch vertical.
Nice game for the point guard.
And those stats just don't tell the story.
No.
The defensive job he has done on the second leading scorer for this Uniondale basketball team, Shaq Mosley. He has been on him like glue all game long, not letting the young man get off any good looks. He's had to earn every basket he's had.
Look how cool and calm. All right, whenever you guys come out, I'll be ready to play. I'm ready to go. It was an 8-point Hills West lead after 3. And a minute and 3 seconds into this fourth quarter, it's now a 12-point lead for Bill Mitarittona's team. They're going to pick it up, too.
They're just so explosive offensively. They can score in so many different ways, so many different options.
Cassius was in trouble, got it to Mosley. Oh, dribble drive in traffic. He was rejected there by Camus. But this is what they need right now, because Mosley will stop the clock, foul on Camus, his first, with a chance to pick up points with no time running off the clock.
And that was a nice job by Mosley. He was defended all the way out to half court by Sledge, denying him the basketball. And Mosley went back door. Nice change of speed and direction and drew the foul.
2 of 2 from the line for Mosley. He's got 9. He's got 10. Jack Mosley at 5'8", 150, the sophomore, 14 points a game, 6 assists, couple of steals. Front iron help. He's got 11. Here's Sledge. Try to break it down. And backs it out.
He's a one-man press break. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
Unbelievable. Works some clock here. 15 to shoot for Hills West. Clock down to 10. Tobias. Return for Sledge with 6. McCree. Corner it goes. Tyler Harris tied up. McCree for 3. Sledge! On the putback!
And he may be hurt. He's down on the ground.
Shaq for 3. Rimmed out. Epps fighting for it. Last touch by McCree. Sledge might have gotten hurt. He says he's okay.
You'd get hurt too if you came down from that high up. I mean, he was a foot over the rim on that tip back. McCree with the 3 off the front of the rim and out of nowhere. Superman. They talk about Nate Robinson with the kryptonite. It is Superman. Tavon Sledge.
Here's Mosley. Back iron. Nice offensive rebound there by Kearney. Kick out for Shaq Mosley. Got a screen from Cassius. Kick out to Cassius. It's short. Oh, the rebound stolen away. That's a great job inside by Akinboye. He now has 15. Gets it to within 10.
They need to get stops. They had to stop last possession. They got to finish it out, box out, and get the rebound.
Tyler Harris left open. Air ball on a 3. Let it bounce out of bounds. Back to Uniondale with 5:11 on the clock. Timeout has been called on the floor by Hills West. So still within striking distance, the Knights from Uniondale. Long Island Class AA Championship. The winner will go upstate to Glens Falls.
If we run St. John's, look at me. If we run St. John's, Tyler, where do you start off? Right here. Tobias, where do we put you? In this corner. Camus, okay? You understand? Aaron, we get the ball. Tyler, when you come around that screen, what do you wait for if you're not open? You wait for Camus, skip for Tobias, you'll have a layup. It's a very weak zone. Okay, it is gonna work. I want you to get one stop right here and go the other way as soon as you get it. Push it, push it, push it. Let's go, boys.
Good timeout there by Coach Mitaritonna. Wants to make sure that they stay patient on offense. Tobias Harris hasn't touched the basketball in a while. Let's get it inside to him. Let him finish. And let's get a stop on defense and get back to that transition game that has been so effective for the Colts.
You see the differential in tonight and on the season for the younger brother of Tobias Harris, Tyler, the 6'7" junior. They're chasing him. You think the phone was ringing this year? Wait till next year when you have Sledge and Tyler being chased as big-time D1 players.
It's a nice problem for Coach Mitaritonna to have.
Every coach would love it. Akinboye in deep. Missed it on the reverse. Fighting for the rebound. Trying to tie up Tobias Harris. And now what do they call him? Well, whatever it is. Tom Diana questioning it.
Not exactly sure. I think they have an offensive foul on Tobias Harris, and they have a technical foul on Bolade Akinboye. Little extracurricular down in the paint in that scramble.
There's Akinboye. Harris will shoot the 2-shot technical. Perfect from the line, 6 of 6 tonight. Game high 19. Missing the first. Well, the clock stopped. Both coaches are speaking.
No. We called it for clearance.
As Tobias gets set for his second. Misses both. With 4:56 left in a 10-point game.
the referees and the coaches sorting it out. It's going to be
Hills West ball.
It's going to be possession Hills West because of the technical foul.
Looks like Tom Diana acknowledging the situation, but still talking about the situation. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Hills West with the ball, up by 10. 20 on the shot clock. For Sledge to his right. Sledge in traffic. A little bit too strong on the look back to Tobias Harris, the cutter. There's Emil Blackman coming back in. He's playing with the 4 personal. Sitting down is Chris Camus, number 21 for Hills West.
And Camus gave Half Hollow Hills some nice minutes defensively. Another young man who started last year, and he really has a lot of experience. Did a great job.
Mosley turned the corner. It's blocked, but there's a foul. So no block on the stat page. Tobias picks up the personal, his third.
And Shaq using that great ability to get inside and throw his body into the defender and do the foul on Tobias.
5 of 5 from the line for Mosley, who's the only player from Uniondale to go to the line. And again, the clock is stopped. They're chipping away, making it our best of the opportunity here. Rolls around, he's got 13. It's down to 8 with 4:23 remaining. Here's Sledge. Oh, McCree going high off the window. He's got 11.
And that was not an easy shot over the outstretched hands of Akinboye.
There's a reach-in by Tyler Harris. We'll shoot 1 and 1. That's the second on Tyler.
Silly foul out there on the perimeter by Tyler. Make Uniondale earn it, keep the clock running. Now they got the opportunity to go to the line and cut the lead again to 8.
Akinboye leading the way for Uniondale with 15, goes to the line, shooting 1 and 1. Crowd of about 5,000 here at the Mac Sports Complex on the campus of Hofstra University. On hand to watch this Long Island Class AA championship game. Tom Diana's club with 4:05 left in this fourth is down by 9. It stays that way. Wow, the long arm by Harris to gather it in.
Great job, tipped it to himself, able to hustle it down in the corner.
Tobias, the runner. And then Blackman, is he going to get called for an offensive goaltend? Or what do we have here? It's against Hills West. No signal by the officials, but it is Uniondale ball. I think Blackman got in there on the rack.
Yeah, he might have been in the cylinder.
Yeah. Akinboye working against Tyler Harris. His big size, 17 feet of Tyler. Here's Sledge. See, here's the heady point guard. He thought he might take it. Then he says, you know, let me milk a little clock here.
No, absolutely smart decision. Pull it out, take some time, and let's get it down low. No matchup there for Harris down in the paint.
Sledge once again backing it out. Didn't like what he saw in the interior. And with 15 still on the shot clock, lots of time. Tries to take Akinboye off the dribble. There's a drop off to Blackman. Partially deflected into the hands of Uniondale. Here comes Bolade Akinboye over the midcourt line. It's a 3-on-1 for Uniondale. Left side it goes to Shaq Mosley. And he saves it, but to the hands of Blackman. Now here's Tobias Harris to Sledge. And again, Sledge will slow it down.
And that's really, it's not just his athleticism, but that's what separates him from the other point guards and makes him great. He's such a smart basketball player. Always makes the right decision.
Like that?
Like that. And he's cramped up.
He's got 15. He goes down. Oh boy. Now they'll stop the clock with 2:38 remaining.
Pulls it out, just the explosion, the take to the basket, the elevation. He went down in a heap. You could see the pain all over his face. Now, Carl, if you had played sports, you would know what that was like, that cramping, that pain. But it is very difficult. You land awkwardly.
You're a funny guy. You're really a funny guy.
Thank you.
How do you know I didn't?
I've seen you play Terrapetalino in a game of horse.
Yeah, that's great.
Not much.
Sledge will work that cramp out of that left calf. He'll take his time. He's got 15 points. Tobias Harris has 19 to lead all scores. Aaron McCree tripping in with 11.
They're going to take him out quickly.
Oh, he's cramping up again there. And when you're up by 11 with 2:38 left, at least you have a little bit of the luxury to sit down there and work it out.
Absolutely. You know, he's not going to be down there long. Get him some fluids. Get it going again and get him right back into the basketball game.
Anthony Rolino, number 22, will check in and replace Tavon Sledge, War Hills West. And there is Rolino, 5'9" junior guard. So Uniondale down double digits. They need a lot in a short amount of time. Akinboye. Mosley for three. Shaq Mosley drains it. Second three of the game. He's got 16.
Great set by Uniondale. Able to free up Mosley for the three.
They're going to look to double Tobias, who goes down the front. Missed it. Blackman, no. Mosley, yes. They've got to hurry, though, Uniondale. Mosley working against Rolino. Wants to take him off the dribble to his left. Stays to his left. In the land of the Giants, he'll go to the line for two. Great job by Shaq Mosley to stop the clock and go back to the line.
He's got that change of speed, that little herky-jerky. You got to stay out on him because he can shoot the basketball. He elevates it, he takes it to the basket. And that is the fourth personal foul on Tobias Harris. We mentioned he had done a great job staying out of foul trouble. But this last quarter, he picked up three big ones.
And the man who's 6 for 6 for the line for Uniondale, Shaq Mosley, will go back to the line as Tobias Harris will go to the bench with his fourth personal during this timeout. Not coming out, just going to the bench during the timeout with 1:54 on the clock.
And Shaq happy that Sledge is on the bench, shows a little stop and start, the darting ability, and a lead-in, drawing a foul on Tobias Harris.
Still working on the left leg of Tavon Sledge, trying to really relax it, push that cramp out.
And they need him back in this lineup. He's their leader. He takes care of the basketball. He's their best defender in the perimeter.
And with him out, you know Shaq Mosley wants to take Rolino off the dribble.
Absolutely, and to tell you what, 5,000 people in the stands, it's hot in here. Sledge is up and down the floor, he's elevating, he's playing defense. You can certainly see why he's cramped up.
Let's see what happens here. He's working there, talking with his coach, Bill Mitaritonna. He seems to be hopping on his toes. He's pacing in front of the bench. Will he come back? We don't know.
I guarantee you he's back in his basketball game. Shaq unable to convert.
And upset with himself for missing. Tavon Sledge has got that pace. Yep, he's going right to the table. One of two made by Shaq Mosley. Substitution, Tavon Sledge back in. Sitting down, Anthony Rolino. 7-point game, less than 2 minutes remain at 1:54. Now they will trigger the inbound with Emil Blackman from right in front of the Uniondale bench. And Uniondale has extended and looking to press. Now Mosley, you think he'll go for that steal? That's a tough call because if he misses, Sledge is gone.
We'll see how Sledge reacts. He's looking pretty good, hobbling a little bit.
I like to hobble like that. Traveling violation. Ball back to Uniondale with 1:34 left.
Yeah, Sledge has got to keep that basketball in his hands as much as possible.
And Hills West will apply some sort of pressure just to let Uniondale know they're in the neighborhood.
Take a little time off the clock as well.
Akinboye, he got the screen. They really can ill afford to use a whole lot of time. Akinboye now making his move. Kearney. Third field goal has 6. It's a 5-point game. Sledge coming down to 1 minute remaining in the Long Island Class AA Championship. A foul given by Akinboye. His second. Sledge to the line. Shooting 1 and 1. Sledge 1 of 2 from the line in this game. Has 15.
Not a great free throw shooter, but really cool customer under pressure. Fully expect him to knock this down.
Look at the reverse. First half, second half. On the season, just a little bit more than 50% from the line for Sledge. Off the mark. Rebound Akinboye. Here come the Knights from Uniondale. Akinboye gets called for a drumming violation. Here we go. In the final 55 in a 5-point game. You got a whistle. And it's on Akinboye, his third. Will shoot 1 and 1 to the line. Aaron McCree on the season just under 60%. First trip to the line in this one. He's got 5 field goals for 11, including a triple, which was his first field goal of the game. You got some knee knocking going on when you need to knock these down here.
49 seconds left to go. Uniondale's going to continue to foul Half-Follow Hills. They got to make these free throws.
Got a dozen. 6-point lead, 2 possession.
And this is a big one to make the 3 possession and a 7-point lead.
Big shot upcoming. Aaron McCree from the line. Makes 2 of 2. Nice job, McCree. 7-point lead.
That's what seniors are for, Carl. Step up to the line. Long Island Championship on the line as well.
Mosley fires. 3 balls. Off the mark with 33.8 remaining. Hills West can kill the clock and point the bus northward up towards Glens Falls because they're getting off of Long Island.
And Hills West looking to become only the 3rd large school Suffolk County champion, a state champion. North Babylon and Ward Melville, the only 2 other teams out of Suffolk County to be able to call themselves large school champions.
And those North Babylon teams were great teams under the wonderful job of coaching by Jack Loth.
Russell Pierre,
Richie Branch. And there's a foul.
There's certainly, Hills West has certainly had an unbelievable season. They're going to have a tough road if they get up to the States. They're waiting potentially the winner of that Mount Vernon Newburgh Free Academy. 2 terrific basketball teams who are playing today up at West Point.
And how about congratulations to the Uniondale Knights and a great job by Tom Diana to get his team to this Long Island Championship. He's the defending Long Island champ. He won it 04, 06, and of course last year. Congratulations to a great job by a great guy as Sledge knocks down 2 of 2. He's got 17. We'll count down the final seconds here for you. Launching, no good. Look at Sledge. Whoa!
What cramps?
Tavon Sledge. You talk about how high he went on a couple of his dunks in this game. I think he went higher for that rebound pass.
Absolutely. That was the highest he's elevated all game long. Went up there and snatched that rebound well above the rim.
Great word, because he did snatch this bound.
Great box out inside by Blackman.
Look at the extension. Yeah, right. Missed that free throw. Now you can smile when you miss them like that, Tavon.
Looking ahead to the potential matchup upstate, how much fun would it be to see Mount Vernon and Half Hollow Hills West Sledge against one of the best other junior point guards in the country, Jabari Hines.
Why is he getting 3 free throws?
There was a lane violation on Uniondale on his first miss.
All right, so he made the 2. There's a miss. And in 5 seconds, 2010 Long Island Class AA champs. Well, with 1.2, the celebration is not going to happen so fast.
That was the good personal foul.
So we'll wait another second. Substitution. Nice job here. Sean Brown will come in. Claudia Cassius just fouled out for Uniondale.
3 Chris Cox, 11 Andrew Hodge, 10 Mike Keller.
So Hills West will send Emil Blackman to the line. 2 shots here on the bonus. 2 of 2 so far. He's got 4 with 1.2 remaining. Before the celebration for Hills West. Tobias celebrating with Aaron McCree. And now Tom Diana will call for time. One last timeout on the floor with his team for this season. So the Colts from Hills West, headlines all season long.
Deservedly so. This is one of the most talented basketball teams to come off of Long Island in a long time. They remind the teams that I can think of back then with St. Mary's, back when they had Danny Green, Rashad Green, and before that, the Amityville crew with A.J. Price and Jason Frazier. Yeah.
You could even take it back even more so if you want to go into the late 80s, early 90s with the Hempstead Tigers. Ted Adams was still the coach there. He had some unbelievable talent as well. Kyle Ivy Jones, Warren Stith, the U brothers in the backcourt.
Absolutely. There were some tough basketball teams. Uniondale has sort of taken over from Hempstead in Nassau County. They were able to defeat them a couple times this year, but don't count out the Hempstead Tigers. They will be back in this game and back shortly.
Rob Moore, former wide receiver, New York Jets in the NFL, and with the Cardinals, as Blackman drops it, he's got 5.
The Bell brothers, Tavares Bell.
Oh, my gosh, forgot about them. Norris Bell, his brother, he's got it. And here's your championship, 13 better than Uniondale. The Hills West Colts let the celebration begin for the new Long Island champions.
63, congratulations, Bill. Their time is Half Hollow West Colts, who move to the State Federation.
Well, there's Kristen.
Next Saturday, March 20th, 2018. Congratulations also to Coach Tom Ryan and Uniondale Knights on an outstanding 2010 season. They are
So Hills West, the Colts, win it by the count of 63-50 over Uniondale. We'll be back to wrap it all up for you right after this timeout on MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase. Long Island Class AA champs, Hills West, 63-50 over Uniondale. Our MSG Varsity Player of the Game, Tavon Sledge. He's with Rob Pavinelli. Pav?
Thanks, Carl. I'm here with Tavon Sledge, game MVP. Now, you guys have played with the X on your back all season long, the bullseye on your back all season long. This team lost in the Long Island Championship in 2008. You weren't a member of that basketball team, but how good does it feel for you and for the guys?
It feels real good knowing that it's my first year here and that I have the ability to help my team win a Long Island Championship. It feels real good.
Well, you certainly did help your team along the way. What a great performance you had tonight and all season long. Now, your schedule, you played some tough tough non-league games. How much does that help you to win in these big games against Uniondale and Longwood last week?
It helped us a lot. Playing against two of the top teams from New York City and winning, that boosted our it boosted our confidence up. Let us know that we can play with the best and we could beat a lot of the good teams and stuff.
Well, it certainly did. And now you guys are almost there. Right. You've gotten the Suffolk County Championship, the Long Island Championship, almost there. It's not hard to keep this team focused, is it?
No, it's not. We're all humbled. We practice hard every day, and we practice like we play in a game, and we just go hard and give 100% every day.
Your offense gets so much of the credit. You guys are terrific in transition, have so many weapons and score, but I thought it was the defensive end, Tobias inside and you out on the perimeter, that made the difference in this basketball game. You agree?
Yeah, I agree. Definitely defense. Without our defense, we can't get into our transition game, and our coach is very big on defense, so we just try to turn our defense up as high as we can and get a stop.
Well, you certainly turned it up today. Best of luck. It's been a pleasure watching you all season long. Bring it back to Long Island, get a state championship as well, okay?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Carl, back to you.
All right, Pav, thank you so much, and thank you and congratulations to Tavon Sledge. There is your line score. You see the numbers there. Look at the block shots for Hills West. They had 2-1, 10-5 in this game, Pav, over Uniondale. Then the numbers there with Tobias and Tavon. And, Akinboye tried to get it done, tried to get some help from Shaq. Just didn't happen tonight for Tom Diana's club.
Yeah, they just don't have enough offense. They certainly depend a lot on Akinboye as well as Shaq Mosley. They didn't get enough offense because Half Hollow Hills can score in so many different ways. Uniondale needed another option. Really hurt when Charles fouled out of the game because he's their third option. Gritty effort by Uniondale, tough defensively, just not enough offense.
Pav, we've had a great season, you and I. This is our swan song, your rookie season. Thanks so much. I had a great time with you. Can't wait for next year. You probably worked 150 games this year on MSG Varsity, but I had a great time, and I really appreciate it, and can't wait to come back next year with you.
Yeah, same thing goes for me, and Carl, I appreciate all of the help and the guidance that you've given me this season. It's been a pleasure working with you and MSG Varsity, and I, too, looking forward to next season.
All right, Rob Pavinelli, thank you so much. Once again, the final score in this one, Long Island Class AA champs. Half Hollow Hills West 63, Uniondale 50. The executive producer of MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase is Michael Larder, senior coordinating producer Marty Ehrlich, coordinating producer Brian Butler, producer Russ Relkin, our vice president of operations Sean Kennedy, our technical director was Eric Abrams. So for Rob Pavinelli, Matt Shortis on stats, the entire MSG Varsity High School Sports Showcase team, I'm Carl Reuter saying once again the final score, Hills West 63, Uniondale 50. We'll see you next time on the Showcase. Good night from Hempstead.